So let's have a look at how we want you to navigate this course. First of all, when you first log in, you see this home page where you can find various updates. Once a week, we try to get an email out to you with various announcements. And what we tend to do with those emails is also post them right here. So in particular, if you joined the course late, what you may want to do is scroll down and read all of the old posts so that you can see what announcements came before you joined the course. On the right here, you see various announcements. For example, it tells you what today's date is, when this course will start, because it hasn't started yet, what the verification upgrade deadline is. So if you want a verified certificate, you want to keep an eye on that. When the course ends, obviously you want to keep an eye on that as well. Various course handouts, the syllabus, the outline, and the map. And from here you can also get to the PDFs for the notes by clicking on the various weeks. Now, they may not all be available yet when you see this, because we're going to release these 1 week at a time. So once you've sort of figured out what the layout is when you first get in, what you will want to do is go and click on course. And obviously you've already done this because you've gotten to this video, which is a little bit later on in the course. What we want to point out is how the course is laid out. The course has been partitioned into 2 parts. Foundations of deriving correct programs, which gives you the basic foundation. And then frontiers of deriving correct matrix algorithms, which shows you how we apply these techniques to our frontier of dense linear algebra library development. Within each part, we have organized the material by weeks. So we start with week 0, which simply gets you set up. And then week 1, 2, and 3 are part of part 1. And then we have 3 more weeks in part 2. Within each week, we have sections. Within each section, we have units. So once you click on a section, you will see the first unit of the section, or whichever unit you were last in this particular section. And then each unit has a discussion box that allows you to either go and see what discussion has happened regarding this particular unit, or it allows you to post regarding this unit. And we very much encourage you to post questions in the units in which the material exists for which you have a question. And then typically we will have a video, and then what you'll see in later weeks is that there's other material as well, and we'll get to that. Now, each week tends to start with a launch. So let's get to week 1 and let's have a look at that. The launch is just a way of getting you thinking about the material, and every once in a while we'll push you a little bit and actually get you to do an activity that demonstrates what is yet to come. Don't be too concerned if you see material in the launch that you don't quite get, because we'll get to that material later in the week. So here we have the launch. Again, we have a discussion box, we have a video, and then we have a reading assignment, typically with a link to the reading assignment if you want. So if I click on this, it downloads, and if I click on what was downloaded, then I get to see the material related to this particular week. Some of you will want to make the notes the primary resource, and then you can navigate back from the notes to the edX platform by clicking on the obvious links that are embedded in the PDF. So for example, if we want to get back to this unit on the edX platform, then we simply click on that and we get right back to where we were. And often within a unit, even within a launch, there will be some activity to be done. Now the second unit of the opening remarks tells you the outline for the week. The third unit tells you what you will learn. So these are the topics that we hope you will master by going through this week. And what you will want to do is at the end of the week come back to this particular unit and double check that indeed you have mastered the topics that we list there. And then once we are done with the opening remarks, the real learning starts, and you will start going through various units with videos, with discussion boxes, with reading assignments, and various homeworks. Okay, let's get back to the top here. We've already seen the Home tab. We've seen the Course tab. Let's move on to the Discussion tab. This is where you can see the various discussions, and you can either go to a discussion related to a specific unit, or you can look at all discussions, in which case the most recent discussions rise to the top. Obviously the course hasn't started yet, and therefore there are no discussions going on. We may or may not use the wiki, so let's leave that alone for now. The Progress tab is important because it allows you to look at what homeworks you have completed. I have not completed any yet, and if you want to know exactly which problems you have done or missed, you can go down here and on a section by section basis see which problems you have and have not completed. There's the calendar, which tells you when the various weeks will be released and when we suggest you complete them if you want to stay on track to complete the course by July 11th. And finally, we've compiled some of the laws of logic that you will want to use in your proofs as a reference, and you may even want to print this particular page out and keep it handy. Okay, so that's a brief overview. If you have any questions, just post on the discussion board and we'll try to help you as soon as we can. You will find out that we actually are on the discussion board quite frequently, and your questions will usually be answered quite rapidly. Good luck with the course.